2007 was a great year for games, but what will games look like on the PS4 or Xbox 720? Our all-star panel answers that question in Las Vegas in this part of the bonus round. Will we see new forms of interfaces down the road?
But I'm hoping that the controller environment kind of splinters, where there's like dozens of different things.
And what does the future hold for Nintendo's next console?
Instead of a Wii remote in the next one, it actually ships with the DS kind of thing for the controller.
Hear what we think right now in the bonus round. We're back on the bonus round in Las Vegas from DICE 2008. And I came out here to meet up with three bigwigs in the video game business to hear about the future of the video games you play every day. Joining me now is Aaron Loeb from Planet Moon Studios. You've got band mashups coming in April for the Nintendo Wii.
That's absolutely right.
With how many songs?
It's got 150 tracks, so that it's 5 different versions of 30 famous songs.
Excellent. We'll check that out. Lots of footage on the site of that. We've got Greg LoPiccolo from Harmonix Music Systems. Their little game called Rock Band. And what can we expect from you guys going forward?
Nothing I can talk about on the air.
Okay.
But it has to do with rock and roll.
Does. More rock, there might be some more Rock Band?
There will probably be something along those lines.
Is it awesome?
It will soon be awesome. Now it's a little crashy right now.
That's okay. Down the road. And maybe some new instruments too. You never know, right?
Accordion hero.
And finally, a man who I say needs no introduction, but I still introduce him anyways. Maybe I won't this time.
Why do you keep stealing my shirts? Seriously, that's like my shirt.
It's
what
back,
can I say,
right?
Clem? I don't know who it is. It's just a man.
Don't even try asking me what I'm working on right now, because I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah, what are you working on?
I'm hanging out, just chilling, stuff. Yeah, you're not getting it.
No,
keep trying,
I'm not getting it. I will keep trying.
I feel like
even
Sean
though this
Connery
airs long after GDC, but hey, I tried, guys.
We're like Sean Connery and Alex Trebek.
I want to get that scoop. All right, well, one thing I do want to ask you guys about here is future of video games. Now, we're talking a lot about PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, iPhone, but what do you think the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720, what's going to be different about these systems? Who knows when they're coming? I mean, as designers, what do you want to see in the next generation of consoles?
I want more built-in, wacky, fun input systems and less buttons.
Okay.
Right? It's like, you know, if I was working with Sony on the 6-axis controller, it would have been like, okay, yeah, we had this tilt functionality, but take a button away. That's your trade-off. Because all you're doing is, it's this, like, Katamari ball of a controller, and like the next generation of controller is going to have like, you know, all these extra bells.
You could do Gears 2 with the Scenic controller.
Yeah, that'd be cool actually. Just the chainsaw button.
Just
go like that, right?
Like, you know,
win.
It's a possibility.
I just think there's a lot that designers can do with context sensitivity. I hope that kind of translates over to console designs. You know, we talk about, you know, neural interfaces which are working and being, you know, they're ready for like prototyping just to be distributed and be set up in the consoles. I mean, light up buttons, you know, and amazing graphics, you know, built-in online, better software solutions, you know, the next generation of Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, all that stuff.
An even better Unreal Engine?
Absolutely.
Stereoscopic 3D.
Ooh, that's
Why
cool.
can't they get that?
I saw it at
hands?
CES, NVIDIA showed me a test of sort of stereoscopic 3D with liquid crystal glasses.
Did they do one for like 2-player games where one player sees one side, one sees the other also?
I've heard about that, but no, this was like they had Call of Duty 4 running in, you know, true 3D. The problem is I think it's so processor intensive to render both, so it's like you have to take a hit on the frame rate. So do you want to play a game at half the frame rate, or do you want Call of Duty 4 at 60 frames per second? But yeah, I mean, 3D would be, that's what you want. I still remember the old 3D on, remember 8-bit Sega? They had the,
with the
3D glasses,
gun
Zaxxon 3D.
Well, I want awesome 3D that doesn't give you a headache in 5 minutes.
So rock out in 3D?
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
It's a good idea. What about you guys?
Well, what I heard at DICE is the Dreamcast is back. That's what I'm...
Really?
No.
That's wrong.
Hey, somebody Amigo's coming out, man.
The swirl is back. You are wearing sort of Dreamcast orange.
Yeah, Dreamcast orange shirt. That's a funny rumor started by some of the kids on the internet.
Right.
I can tell you the problem is confusion out there in the marketplace. The kids need the Dreamcast to come back.
So what do you want for PS4,
I think
Wii 2?
what I want to see is easier development pipelines. I mean, it is the point that the multi-cell processors, XNA is fantastic. Microsoft does a lot to help make it easier, but it's still the case that developing for the next gen platforms is needlessly difficult in a lot of cases.
You know, we have an engine we can sell you.
Yeah, I saw it talk about it today.
Right here.
It creates itself.
You know, it's you don't even have to do anything. It's just,
Just
kind of
think it and it
auto-builds,
happens, right? It's just a widget.
I had to plug. I had sorry.
But what about interfaces? You brought up an interesting point. You know, you guys both talked about 3D and new interfaces. You know, now we see cameras with iToy, and I'm just playing Burnout Paradise. You can take a little mug shot after you do, you know, a takedown. I mean, and obviously, you know, with instruments for something like Rock Band, I mean, we have these great instruments on PS4, Xbox 720. I mean, are you just going to have a better guitar, or I mean, what, you know, how are you going to interact with music games?
Cliff, I'm hoping that, like, I don't know what's going to happen with the controllers themselves that ship with the consoles,
right?
But I'm hoping that the controller environment kind of splinters, where there's like dozens of different things.
Sort of like the Wiimote attachments kind of thing? You can
Or,
put
you
other
know,
things on,
steering wheels or light guns or whatever people come up with that are just like really nicely tuned things, you know, like high quality things that kind of like focus on one experience.
But I mean, the guitar you have now, I mean, does it need to get any better? I mean, the Rock Band guitar is pretty great.
It could get a little better.
How could it get better?
It could be wood. It could light up.
A real guitar?
You could light it on fire like Jimi Hendrix.
But still those 5 buttons, right? I mean, is that, you know, is it a thing where you've got those 5 buttons and that seems to work? So, I mean, on
get like the
Xbox 720,
like, you know,
what more do you
like
need?
the
But you can have a double
ZZ Top.
You can get a camera mounted on there, right? So, you know, like 80s videos.
Are these all the things we